So now we're gonna have a look what exactly happens if the government decides that after a certain amount of time it's gonna limit the amount of emissions further. So it's gonna say, okay, we are just gonna allow, instead of 100 permits, we are gonna allow just 50 permits. So we are still gonna have a similar graph, but the total amount of emission permits down here, that's gonna be smaller. So total amount of emission permits, total amount of permits is going to be smaller in this time step. And we are still going to have on the left axis the marginal abatement costs of firm A, and here on the right axis the marginal abatement costs of firm B represented. And we are still going to have, sorry about this, we are still going to have similar schedules. So, but as you can see, the initial emissions of firm B would actually lie out here, and so it will have to face this kinds of costs at least, and that's here. And firm B, similarly, if we scale this one out, we'll have a new sort of the original emissions without any sort of government government regulation to reduce the emissions would lie out here, and then we have a schedule which then scales up to here. So we are still gonna face this kind of cost curve from firm A, which is represented by the green line, which is now really high, and we are gonna have a distribution of an initial allocation of, let's say, it being here, and then a market outcome of efficiency here at a relatively high market price of emissions, P star. So now it is really easy to see in this example why firms definitely have an incentive under a market-based instrument, especially if there is a time scaling schedule timeline when the government is going to reduce the amount of emissions further to reduce their emissions costs, because we can say that now the firm A has firm B has invested in emissions reduction to receive this yellow schedule, which is the new MAC2, which basically would mean that they, if firm A wouldn't do anything, that firm B would sell all of their emission credits or permits to firm A and receive this amount of benefit here. But since that not necessarily has to be the case, we assume also that firm B firm A actually might also invest into new abatement technology which lowers its cost, even though it is still more expensive for firm A to reduce its emissions. Sorry about that. And it faces this kind of new marginal abatement cost schedule. And then we're gonna have, with the initial allocation, a new equilibrium which is slightly to the left of the original equilibrium. It's gonna be here, E star, and we're gonna have a benefit of trading of this amount, and here the benefit of trading of this amount. And we can see that these triangles for firm B and firm A are actually smaller than the potential triangles if just firm B would have invested into new abatement technology, and also so there's less of an inefficiency, and it will have driven down the costs. So the incentive of the firm to reduce or invest into new technology is exactly equivalent to the savings which it actually achieves through that new technology.